not forgotten our commitment to the ironclad alliance to defend our homelands.
My staff will be running the exercise in conjunction.
The year was 1953. A 3-year-long Korean War was at a stalemate. The 38th parallel was stabilized as the border between North Korea and South Korea.
United Kingdom.
Then US President Dwight D. Eisenhower sought an end to the war. After heated negotiations, an armistice was agreed upon. A demilitarized zone between the two Koreas was set up. It stands till today. However, a peace treaty was not signed, which means that North and South Korea are still at war. And recent events between the two nations show that the military escalations are at an all-time high. Border tensions between North and South Korea rose sharply in June. Pyongyang sent over 1,000 balloons across the border. These were filled with excreta, manure, and dirty laundry. But very soon, the bigger guns were brought in. First, Kim Jong Un ordered large-scale missile and rocket drills. The North Korean leader also put his troops on war alert. Then, Pyongyang fired 10 short-range ballistic missiles east of the Korean peninsula. North Korean troops attempted to cross the border at least 3 times, but were sent back after South Korean troops fired warning shots. And to top it all, Kim Jong Un hosted his dear friend, Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russia and North Korea signed a mutual defense agreement. Both Putin and Kim Jong Un have vowed to defend each other against any aggression. The North Korean leader says that the agreement has elevated bilateral relations into an alliance. The security arrangement entails that Moscow and Pyongyang will extend complete military support to each other if either nation is attacked. After an evening gala and a massive parade in Pyongyang, Putin went to Vietnam, where he aimed his sights at South Korea. The Russian president warned Seoul against sending weapons to Ukraine or facing dire consequences. A signal that Kim Jong Un was delighted to see. However, the pushback against Putin and Kim began immediately. Right after Putin's visit to Pyongyang, the United States made its entry. The US Air Force conducted live-fire drills in the Korean peninsula. B-1B Lancers and F-15 Strike Eagles dropped precision-guided bombs. Then, the AC-130J Ghost Rider undertook target practice drills. And if that wasn't enough signaling, the US teamed up with South Korea and Japan for a tri-lateral show of force, and thus began Exercise Freedom Edge.
We've not forgotten our commitment to the ironclad alliance to defend our homelands, a commitment born out of the blood and 70 years of working together to ensure a safe and peaceful peninsula. Since then, we've steadfastly maintained a deterrence posture with a credible special operations force to prevent conflict, while also giving senior leaders options and the knowledge that we will prevail if needed.
Washington deployed the USS Theodore Roosevelt and its carrier battle group in the South Korean waters.
And the intent of it is to improve the tactical proficiency of our ships. The intent is to improve the interoperability between our navies. And the intent is to ensure that we are ready to respond to any crisis or contingency.
With the US leading the way, South Korea and Japan carried out multiple drills around North Korea, and a clear message was sent to Kim Jong Un. That an alliance with Putin meant Washington, Seoul and Tokyo would only grow closer.
So Theodore Roosevelt will be the command ship for Freedom Edge. My staff will be running the exercise in conjunction with the ROC Navy and the JMSDF. So we will do ASW exercise, anti-submarine warfare exercises, anti-air exercise, or air defense exercises, and a number of other tactical exercises to build proficiency.
South Korean, Japanese and American fighter jets took to the skies. Air patrol drills were conducted day and night. Troops from the three countries carried out joint operations, and the Pentagon raised red flags on the growing Putin-Kim bonhomie.
The deepening cooperation between Russia and the DPRK is something that should be of concern, especially to anyone that's interested in maintaining peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula, but also supporting the people of Ukraine as they continue to fight against Russian aggression. And so, of course, you're well aware of DPRK providing ammunition and weapons to Russia that's been able to help them perpetuate their illegal and unprovoked war against the Ukrainian people. So it's something that we're going to continue to keep an eye on.
Even South Korean President Yeol issued stern warnings to Pyongyang.
The government will firmly protect South Korea's liberal democracy and the lives of our people against North Korea's provocations and threats. Our military will maintain a resolute state of readiness to ensure that North Korea does not dare to challenge South Korea under any circumstances and will respond overwhelmingly and decisively to any provocations from the North.
Despite the show of force, South Koreans continue to see Kim Jong Un as a threat. And they're increasingly worried about the security pact between Russia and North Korea.
We're still a divided country, and war can happen at any time. Under the circumstances, if North Korea and Russia have closer ties, it would have a negative impact on our country, as Russia can give military cooperation to the North when war occurs.
I'm worried what if war breaks out, as Putin and North Korea are having such close relationship when North Korea recently sent off rubbish balloons and North Korean soldiers crossed into the border often.
For years, the United States and South Korea have had a mutual security pact. American troops are deployed in the Korean Peninsula permanently throughout the year. The justification was always the same: to defend South Korea from Pyongyang's dictators. But North Korea has learnt a trick or two from its southern neighbor. And now Kim Jong Un has his very own military pact, that too with Putin.
On this today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon will be crossed to the West Indies. What can we expect from this?
Hello, I'm Abby.
South Africa.
Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital.